Lou Hamilton from Audible Elegance of Cincinnati, Ohio. As you can see, I'm filming from home. And I thought I'd bring you up to date on, my absence for a while in both the store and producing new videos. And that's because my wife was a recipient of a second heart transplant last August after essentially 3.5 years for the first one that went very rough, to put it mildly. And we are having some adventures again with a new transplant. And this is all part of living on the edge of science. It's not a matter of replacing a battery in a remote. I wish it were that simple and that convenient, but it's not. And part of anybody who is a transplant recipient, they could be lungs or any number of organs, solid organs as they refer to them as, and those people who are on some form of cancer treatment. Their immune system is essentially forced into being quiet, dormancy, which makes them more susceptible to infections of all sorts. Including organisms that naturally exist in our body. They take advantage of the opportunity and away they go, and they can create some real problems. In some cases, if not caught in time or properly, can be fatal. So with that requirement, I have to be very careful about where I go and who I see, because I can't come home with something she can't get rid of. And the last Axpona show, there was someone I knew who I would have liked to have seen at the show. He had the unfortunate responsibility 4 days after the show of alerting people that he had come down with COVID. And, for people who have no immune system, that can be extremely difficult on them. And likewise fatal. So I really can't attend major shows as much as I'd like to. Probably some of you would like to meet me in person, and I would enjoy that too. But it's not something I can really do. So I have to live in the life on the peripheries, so to speak. And that's just the responsibility of the situation that we have. So we'll be doing more videos from home as well. I'm hoping to get back to the store shortly again because I've got some really special videos to do there. And, live life as best we can. And that's really the summation of it. The reports that I could get back from Axpona, the other way I could say it justified some of the really nasty crap I got as feedback on my buying vintage equipment, in that a lot of these systems that were displayed were extraordinarily expensive. A lot of them were 6 digits. And as I tried to explain to some of the commenters, you have to understand that 80% of American high-end manufacturing actually goes to the Far East. So a lot of those products are not targeted to American consumers as much as they are internationals who have the money to buy those sort of things at those prices. So audio dealers, myself, as well as many others, we're not telling people when they walk in the door that if you're not spending at least 5 figures with me, go hit the door. That's not true. We have a lot of very affordable equipment. 3 digits is not completely uncommon. So for those who talk about the mega price products, yes, they are out there. Some folks came back disappointed with what they heard, even out of those systems. And that's not uncommon either. Sometimes systems are put in situations or rooms or in combinations Because a speaker manufacturer doesn't have control over perhaps the electronics he can hook up with, or cables, or any number of things. That it's not the ideal setup for many manufacturers. For some, they can accomplish it, but not all. So you have to be somewhat forgiving of what you hear at shows. So if people walk away disenchanted, well, I'll share, my wife's observation when she went to a show, which was, why would anybody buy that? I can already get it at Walmart. And it was true. The systems were just atrocious, horrendously expensive, but atrocious in reproducing music. But you have to understand the circumstances that's going on, and be understanding, maybe also forgiving, because these permutations of manufacturers are a matter of those people who can afford a room, some people who can't afford a room but would like to be showing, so they piggyback on somebody else. This goes on, and that's just the way shows are. Occasionally, some of them are purely, pure performance, and I've run into a couple of those, and delightfully so. I mean, very impressive. So, if you don't see me about in shows and stuff, well, that's why I have to be very cautious. My last 2 winter trips to Cleveland resulted in my 2 years ago picking up COVID on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. That was a real joy, and a lot of problems. And this last time around, this winter, I came home with RSV, which took me 3 months to clear. Unfortunately, most of the time, Deb was unfortunately kept in the Cleveland clinic because she was dealing with infections. So she spent the entire holiday season, Christmas and New Year's, and more on both ends, in the hospital, which, that's not a fun place to be. So that's the realities of living on the edge of science, and that's what we do. So we try to make the best of it, and I'm sure you may know somebody who's going through this, and so understand, that they're not being unfriendly or unkind. They're trying to be safe, and they're doing the best they can. So there we are. Thank you.